I'm your host, the author. Tonight, we've joined the USS Stavanger. I swear we still earned the title, the Olive Branch of the Shackleton, despite the many protests.
Oh, no.
And we are playing Star Trek Adventures, a tabletop RPG by our friends at Modifius. Every week, we continue our adventures on the wild and wonderful frontier of the Federation. And yeah, as we were saying before we got recording, just light war crimes, just a little bit of war crimes.
We do a little we do a little Geneva Convention
As a treat.
Yes, for morale.
For morale purposes. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good.
Doing pretty well.
Solid.
My voice, as I told some of the people earlier, I was sick this whole last week with a menagerie of whatever is running around here in Florida. So if my voice is sounding off or cuts out or cracks, that's why.
You got
But
that
other than that, I'm
springtime
pretty
funk.
decent. Yes.
The Florida Keys funk.
Yeah, I'm calling it the flamingo flu.
Okay.
That's a choice.
Yeah, no, actually, a lot of flamingos.
All right. Do I need bump up? I think I need bump up my brightness. Let's see. We'll do that. We're going for cozy vibes. And on that note, let's set course for Season 1, Episode 62, The Forgotton Temple. And switch this and that. Cool. All right.
And that-
I don't think we're at red alert or yellow alert anymore.
And
And-
now for some
Little chill,
totally
yeah.
peaceful archaeological work.
Yes. A few days have passed since the battle over the Arn colony, and the Gettysburg has reunited with her mother airship, and repairs have been made to the Stavanger, who went way faster than she was technically allowed to go.
Hell yeah.
And now we are gathered over the planet, looking down and trying to find out what Paladin Woweti, who apparently has telekinetic powers now, and punched the ship from the surface, was looking for.
Did we arrest that dude, or is that the dude who self-destructed his ship in
He
spite?
he self-destructed the ship in spite and booked it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not dead.
No,
He's not
He
dead.
took a little detached ship and
He took his
Dipped on
captain's
out of it.
lockout. He took his
Yeah.
captain's out.
So this guy's got strange energies, huh?
Yes.
did the Stavanger, I'm assuming, hopefully get some scan or data of that attack when it happened, so that maybe the computers can parse a better way to modulate shields so we don't get ruined?
Sir, I am insulted that you assume I did not get an amazing.
You weren't
scan.
there, so you never, you know.
My character was, I'm sure. And we got. Look, we have a whole department. We get the scans in. All right.
Sorrel, you're not on the Stavanger currently. You're with the Gettysburg.
Wasn't it?
Well,
I have
we're all together now. We're all everyone's back
Yeah,
home.
we're all back.
If you would like to look at the scans of that, like what part of the attack are you looking to parse?
I mean, I think we'd be prudent if we could figure out about that weird attack that was psychic, right? I mean,
Mhm.
that was the biggest hit we took, right? And that
was the only hit you
finding a
took. Let's
way-
be honest.
right, that's true. Yeah, finding a way to stop that from happening again is probably a good pastime.
All right, we can get on it. Assuming the ship's at green in alert, no one's in the system, and everyone needs a nap. Reason science difficulty 2.
You got it, Sorrel. I'm assuming this is in our meeting, yeah?
I'm happy to do so.
Is the Gettysburg now back with the Stavanger, or is it still?
I think we docked and we're all back together. I thought so.
I believe that was
Oh yeah, because a few days have passed, so we're.
yeah.
Okay.
Take the full boat and threat there, author.
Yeah, we're starting off strong, baby.
Sensors as my focus, and onwards and downwards. All the ones.
Okay. All right. So we need to add that much. And 3 momentum.
Nice.
All right. It was basically the sensors kind of was blindsided by this because it wasn't like a physical object that hit it. It was just like, hey, there is this energy, the space-time folded in such a way and is convincing the ship to go this way all of a sudden. So it wasn't like a physical Yeah, it wasn't a physical projectile. It wasn't an energy projectile. It was just matter being convinced to move a certain direction. It was a projection of force.
Guess we don't have telepathic sensors, huh?
Is it? Well, if it's an energy force that was forcing us to move, like what's the nature of the energy?
Newton.
Mind energy.
Mind.
The dude just yelled at Newton, and Newton said, "Okay."
I mean, if it's telekinesis type of thing, it's not.
Yeah, it was telekinesis. But
Gotcha.
on a scale that is it's basically just some basic telekinesis on a scale that is unheard of. Like even the most powerful telekinetic species, which doesn't happen a lot in Star Trek. Some Vorta had some telekinesis, and I think there's some other minor species that actually have telekinesis. But it's usually like small objects and stuff. Being able to punch a ship from orbit has never been seen before.
Interesting.
Well, there's some TOS episodes where some people did some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't there that one episode in Voyager where what's your bucket?
Yes.
The one with like the pixie cut, like the blonde hair.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
like
Yes,
yeah. She shows up and like rips the ship apart with telekinetic powers at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That would also be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the Ocampans have telekinesis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
I feel like it's a rare, if not it's documented, but it's a rare event.
Yeah, it's documented and rare.
All right, well,
I don't suppose. I guess you probably don't have any countermeasures since it's so rare. Is that a correct assumption?
Count.
Because like
Depends. Yeah.
the way Kirk beat the one guy who was becoming a god is he dropped a rock on him. Like,
I mean, that works. I mean, stopping at the source will work. Otherwise, just modulate your shields. Because as it's not like a specific energy source, so if you just do like standard or shield modulations against a kinetic attack, that would also work.
So effectively, it was like getting hit with a rock.
blunt
Yeah.
force.
okay.
Would it be comparable to like a really strong gravitational force?
Yeah, because gravity is yeah, kind of. The physics is starting to escape me, but it could be comparable to that. So modulating against gravitons. Yeah, it could be that a telekinetic person and is basically using their mind and to affect a gravitational wave.
Oh, okay.
So a defense along that measure could work. I'll allow it.
All right, well, I know.
Oh, Captain of Science. And what questions do you have? As he is muted.
Captain.
The Lord of Science.
Captain.
What do we do without him?
I keep hearing an incorrect reference to my rank. So I'm confused.
Oh, Captain of Science.
Not yet.
All right, we still haven't promoted you.
Correct. I am still not promoted.
Brian Poopaw.
All right.
of Science.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we know it's telekinesis. I don't know what else do I. That sounds like magic.
Well, I think I have a counter for this that should work pretty well. It's called a quantum torpedo,
Right.
and you send it
It's valid.
to the
yeah.
source of the telekinetic interference.
Thanks, chat.
I mean, we don't have
I
Smith
love
here
how-
tonight, so
I
sure.
love how
the quantum.
Pat- played that right as you said. It's called the quantum torpedo.
I mean, yeah, like when in doubt, throw quantums at it is a valid strategy.
Yeah, no more telekinetic energy then.
Yeah,
Throw quantums at it until the problem goes away. If the problem hasn't gone away, you haven't used enough quantums.
I will point out that in the episode with Apollo, that's precisely. I mean, they did it with phasers, but that's how they did it. They found the source of it and they destroyed it.
They did orbital strike Apollo's temple. Yes,
They did.
if blunt force is
look, there's precedence.
yeah, if blunt force is not working, you're not applying enough of it.
You just need a bigger hammer.
Yeah,
True.
and quantum torpedoes are pretty big hammer. So yeah, that definitely work. But if you want a specific shield modulation, there's nothing specific like, ooh, let's shield ourselves against telekinesis. Like there is shield yourself against telepathy. Because it's just a fundamentally different principle, but you can just shield yourself against gravimetric effects. So that kind of shield modulation would work.
Got it.
Or just in general, just like juicing the shield modulation so you have like 20 resistance.
So we just use that to buy us more time to fire more problem solve.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah, my logic for the graviton was whenever we saw it, it was always kind of like a crumpling or like a crushing sort of thing, which in my mind, hey, extreme gravity.
yeah, that tracks for me. So it could be like a graviton on effect.
Something ESP, something brainwaves electromagnetically affecting gravitons, something hand wavy telekinesis.
Oh,
Yeah. Any other questions? Because I'll just give you the shield modulation for free. That's pretty simple to get.
Cool.
I mean, I still have my science question.
That's what I'm asking.
Which doesn't cost us anything, so I should ask it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well not waste the freedom.
This is a bad question. Is
Is
there anything unusual that other than weird telekinesis magic? Is there anything unusual that comes up on this can?
Yeah. Feel free to ask bad questions. If it's a bad question, I will hand it back to you. So I'm not going to penalize you for asking questions like, speak to dead. Does that count as a question? Yes.
One
No.
of my questions.
Shut up.
Yes. Oh no!
Why?
All right.
Why would you?
That's one of my favorite.
Why-
That may
why
be
would
one of
you
my
guys do
favorite scenes in any movie ever. I mean, I love the hell out of the scene.
All right. Besides just the magnitude of it, that's the magnitude of the effect is pretty powerful and just raises an eyebrow like a quarter of an inch.
Hey, question.
42.
Can we detect displace on our scanners, like an actual angry, malevolent spirit displaced?
You have not tried. How would you go about doing that? What energy waves would you tune the sensors to?
Okay, well, we know they use mycelial tech. And we also know that chronotons interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, it would either be passive scan looking for mycelial energy or mycelial adjacent energy, or an active scan with chronotons where you shoot it out, and if it bounces off in the shape of a vaguely humanoid thing, then that's probably a ghost.
That seems to track.
And given that we unfortunately wouldn't have been active scanning at the time when the incident happened, I imagine we'd have to go through our passive records.
Which is what Sorrel's doing now.
verify that. Yes.
Would you like to go through and verify if there was a displaced nearby?
Yes.
1 momentum.
I will spend that momentum.
You comb through the sensors because, he's right. You weren't like actually pinging chronotons or anything, but you do. The ship sensors are always on and looking for trouble, and you do see some extra residual psionic energy emanating from the planet from the point of origin of the telekinetic wave. Could be indicative that a displaced avatar threw a chronoton wave at you. A telekinetic wave at you.
And it was a displaced.
Yes.
In the body
Okay,
of
well, there we
the what's his name?
Paladin. Paladin will wet
That
it.
guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if that term has any meaning.
It probably does. You do have Naquel who has surrendered to you if you wish to speak more about his culture.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. We have a paladin in the basement.
Yes.
Who's our security officer?
Phoenix?
Like in charge
What?
of security, or like
No, I don't.
the one who sits in the jail?
Yes, the one that's down there with them. Yeah, or whoever's on duty to. Like, do we have Mateo down there? I mean, who do we have?
Yeah,
Watching the
probably.
Noel.
Yeah, probably Mateo.
All right.
Is this from the ship? The other ship?
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because
So
he
maybe,
he's fully surrendered to you and he's willing to talk to you.
maybe check in with Mateo, see how things are going. Like what Mateo has observed of the Naquel before we kind of get a little pre-information before we go in and do the interrogations. Like, has he been sitting around depressed? Is he pacing? All this kind of NCIS stuff that we can do.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all those sensors on that. Sensors. No, security. Commander Venix. Reasons security diff 1.
Well,
As you're conferring with your officers and also going over the sensor logs, because you don't have a right to privacy if you're in the brig.
reason security. And a +1 for exceptional.
Mhm.
And I guess I'll do the ship since Smith isn't here.
Yep. And it'd be 2 dice because advanced sensors.
That's weird. I put in 2, but it only rolled 1.
Yeah, the ship sheet. The entire thing's broken.
Right. So there's 2.
Yay. Mateo reports that he's been not necessarily depressed, but definitely thoughtful. He's been asking for a lot of reading material about the Federation and other planets, especially other religions. Would you allow him that information, Mr. Venix?
Yeah, I mean, that's historical, cultural kind of stuff. I don't see the harm in that.
Okay. He has been in reading it. Otherwise, he's pretty quiet and thoughtful. He's not pacing. He's not causing a ruckus. He is eating, but not as much as his metabolism and suggests he should. I'll spend for that. Medical oversight of him is a bit worried that he's in a calorie deficit and needs to be eating more.
Does it appear that he's doing some type of hunger strike or just not eating a lot?
It appears there's just not having an appetite.
Oh, is this like a depression type thing?
Yeah, depression. It seems like a depression reaction. You would have to get medical to look more closely at it, but the behavior seems to be he kind of wants to eat, but he doesn't have the motivation to do it.
Okay. Venix to Dr. Guy.
Yes, it's me. I'm cleaning up medical. What can I do for you?
One of our prisoners seems to be having some issues with depression, and that's causing a disturbing lack of appetite, that it could be a medical issue. I was wondering if you could come up here and give him a checkout. Check out.
Of course. I'll be there momentarily.
Thank you.
Yep, I'll head down.
Yep, easy enough.
Just give me a quick moment with him. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Is being food into somebody's stomach a violation of the Geneva Conventions, or?
I'm gonna say not only is that a violation, that's ill-advised.
Ill-advised doesn't mean impossible. No, it's okay. Yeah, let me go try the good cop approach. I'll go in. Have we already given him the reading material?
Yes, the reading material has been approved. He's been reading it over the past couple days.
Okay. I'll walk into the cell. Close, put the energy shield back up behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll just speak up and be like, hello, can you understand me all right?
Yes, your universal translator here seems to be working.
Very good. What is your name, my friend?
Shavrin. Oh, write that in chat.
Shavrin.
And then
It is good to meet you. My name is Dekos. I am the ship's chief medical officer. I've been away from the Stavanger for a little bit. Forgive me for coming to meet you so late.
This is acceptable.
What is it that you are reading?
It's actually a detailed look at the variety of religions in our federation. They all clash with each other.
Yes, that is the beauty of the Federation, is that we have a lot of variation. Our align the planetoids and civilizations makes it very fascinating to interact with those that have different viewpoints.
But how do you decide which is true?
Each person alone can decide what's true for themselves, and they can live happily in whatever beliefs they wish to have. We do not hold any one truth greater than any others. It's good that you're reading. It's good to learn these sort of things. We are all very interested in learning more about your culture as well. In addition to that, the culture, things that you enjoy. What is it that you, Naquel, enjoy to do in your free time, your time of study?
That is a very wide question.
Well, perhaps you can tell me a bit about it over. Tell me what type of food you, Naquel, enjoy. Give me ingredients, specifications. Okay, to attempt to create anything approximately.
Your replicators are advanced, but unfortunately, I don't know the genetic makeup of a lot of our food.
It doesn't need to be a scientific explanation. Just speak from your heart. The flavors that you enjoy, the texture, describe it. We can work with a lot of material. Perhaps we can attempt to create something that suits your appetite.
Lots of fish. We're very aquatic species, very aquatic planet. Our people used to hunt and herd fish in the shallows of our world.
That is very fascinating. How about I bring you a little smattering of different fish for different Federation worlds. You can read about each religion taking a bite of their native, aquatic species.
So many things I don't know of. So many things I wasn't even allowed to question.
That is unfortunate, but you grow up in the life that you grow up in. Perhaps this is an opportunity to forge a different path on your own. While you are here, you have a lot of time to explore those thoughts and choices. So make the most of this opportunity.
What of your beliefs? What do you believe on your planet? Yeah, feel free to riff on this because there's not a lot of alpha canon. So
yeah, all I know is they're very they have the four deities for Betazoids. The four sisters or whatever. Yeah. I'll just kind of briefly go into the four thing. I forget their names. Like Alpha and Tholta are the two that I remember, and there's two other ones. They're all kind of different philosophical beliefs, and the Betazoids. Some they kind of believe in all four of them, but people believe in one a little bit more than the other four, or some a little bit more than the other percentage, and you've got your different churches. And
do people
just kind
switch? Do people move from one deity to another based on life events, or is it fairly stable?
I think it varies based on each individual. That's what makes it so fluid, right? You can be a soldier one day and come home and never pick up a weapon again, and you now become a simple farmer, and perhaps that changes your viewpoint with religion as well. It's a fluid kind of movement. You do not have to lock into one if that is what you're asking. There is no correct mythology or religion to focus upon. It's just whichever one you feel resonates with you at that point in time. I can bring you a book specifically about Betazoid theology, if you wish.
Perhaps.
Well, perfect. I'll get you that book. I'll get you some food, and we'll let you get some nourishment in your system. And then if you're up to it in a couple hours, we would like to sit down with you and ask you some questions about your culture, if you're amenable to it.
Yes, I suppose you have as many questions as I do.
Indeed. We would be happy to learn what we can.
Dr. Guy, go ahead and give me a presence medicine difficulty 2. Just to, inform him that he needs to eat. Kind of work that into the conversation, see if he can.
Copy. Let's see. I don't think I have any good focus here, unless you'd let maybe a trait here. I do have like analytical psychic interrogator, but I wasn't really interrogating him. I'm trying to be nice here.
Not
Step on any toes.
Not really. Let me check your other traits. I'll take War Doctor.
Oh, cool. All right. Sweet. I'll give you a momentum for third die.
Gain it back. I see that you're both a healer and a warrior, it seems. You carry yourself with a certain steadiness.
Yes, most of my earlier days were in more fierce war times, so my hands don't shake much when speaking to pleasant people such as yourselves.
Do you regret it?
I regret parts of it, but in that same way, I did all of the pieces of my past turned me into what I am and who I am currently, and whether that's good or bad, who knows? But I am content with myself, and always trying to do better and make sure I do not fall into the same old ways.
I'm going to spend a threat for this next question.
Okay.
Do you think your gods approve of your path?
No, probably not.
Does that not cause you fear or distress?
I think if I would stop to let it, potentially it could cause me some uncomfortable feelings, but I have work to do. I'm not yet old and crippled and dead, so I have plenty of time left to do it. So I am hopeful that if I do better and make better choices with the rest of my life, that if at the time that I do finally expire and I determine if those gods are real, then they might like the progress that I made and the improvements that I made as well.
I sometimes fear of what my gods think of my activities in the path I've taken.
I think most people, in one way or another, share that same feeling. I mean, look at look at you and me, right? Two completely different individuals with completely different life paths, beliefs, and faiths. And we can both admit to ourselves and one another that the deities that may exist may not have been happy with what we did. So that common ground is something that can transcend millions of miles. So it's good to know that you are not alone in that concept, and that you alone can change what you do next.
Even though you are so strange and from another world, we feel similar.
I think
There's some commonality between. Maybe there's more commonality between us than I was led to believe.
I think you'll find that if you give any group of individuals or people a chance, that you're going to find more in common than you find in difference. I think it's unfortunate if your people led you in a path that made you believe the opposite, but once again, you're here now, and you can form your own opinions and beliefs on different cultures from sitting here and speaking with us. And I'm one of dozens of different species on this ship, and yet we operate smoothly and well together, and it is a good relationship that we all have.
Thank you for your honesty.
Of course. Anytime. If you ever need anything, I'm always happy to assist. But I'll bring you some food to sample. I'll give you a couple hours to get your bearings, and then I'll come and check on you. And if you're up for a chat, we can see if you feel up to it. I think it would be good for all of us.
Perhaps it will. And with that,
it was nice to meet you, Chevin.
Yep.
I'll go get him food.
Yep. And with that, you leave. If you can give him a platter of seafood from across the Federation. And yeah. Does anyone else wants to do a scene?
Three's gonna want to propose the
You're gonna propose?
Shush you. ADHD coming off the middle of my sentence. He's gonna want to propose the transwarp nitrous thing.
Nice.
But Cass is gonna need to be here because she's the chief engineer, and she's the one who will or will not let him touch the warp engine. So probably once Cass is back, then we can do a scene with like Sorrel and Three and Cass, where Three is like, so I have this idea.
Sounds like a plan. Sorrel.
Yes, voice in the sky.
There is also the other issue of the fact that Paladin Waweti and his landing party were messing around in one of the abandoned orange cities on the surface. You didn't see much of what they were looking for because they were kind of in a siege situation. But they were definitely down there with the intent of looking for something. That's probably a clue.
I'm sorry, say that again.
the Naquel, we're looking for something down on the planet. It would be prudent to follow their trail and see what they were looking for, and if you can, and secure it.
Mm-hmm. Can we?
Awaiting
You,
time?
you can certainly try.
Yep. Away team. Let's get an away team together.
Hey, before we go beam down to the planet, friendly reminder that we need to be inoculated against the horrible prion.
Yeah, last time we got the Stavanger, I was working on whipping up a better version of it, and I think I succeeded. But I don't know if we ever did more rolls with that. I don't know if that was all or we're good.
You did succeed. I'll just like allow a momentum to inoculate everyone.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. So, Guy, you're able to inoculate everyone with prion defense. So long as you have that trait, I'm gonna have to work really hard if I want to affect you. But
Cool.
you baseline have a defense against it. Who's going on the
Sweet.
way team, and what you bringing? Feel free
going
if your main characters aren't going. Bring a support.
Venix is definitely going.
Definitely suggested.
Do we have an archaeologist?
I think we have one in the group.
Like I know the captain an archaeologist, their commodore is an archaeologist, but do we have like a support archaeologist?
I don't think so, actually.
Huh. It's something to create for later.
Or now.
Or
Always
now.
whip something up, yeah.
Hey, okay. I'm gonna be quiet for a second as I use that handy character creator tool.
All right.
So we're just going down to investigate the spot, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, quick question. What? Would that be like science?
I would say science. Yeah.
Science.
is probably
Okay.
the biggest one.
Excellent.
The doc will tag along.
All right. Did you want to bring any extra teams with you?
Should probably bring like a dedicated science team, right? For more studying. Bring all the sciencey stuff.
All
We
the
should probably
nerds.
also bring a security team as well,
Yeah, exactly.
just in case there's any hostile critters or Naquel
Yeah.
still here.
I will also bring we're probably gonna do body armor and type 2s, right?
Probably. Wait,
Yeah.
didn't we need Atmos suits last time? Because it's like, oh wait, no, we got rid of the weather problem.
Yeah,
So-
I think
The weather is a bit more amenable. It's still cold, but it's not I'm gonna freeze it solid overnight cold. So like warm jackets, but that's included.
sweet.
You have winter weather gear.
Okay. We'll outfit the security team with phaser rifles and
Yeah.
Okay. Phaser rifles will be an escalation, but no opportunity cost at this time.
Okay.
I will also bring a phaser rifle.
Security officer, or would you approve of that?
I mean, it's on him.
Technically,
Aren't you gonna
you're
lose, like, what?
technically you're in charge of the weapon locker, so that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, that's fine if he wants to bring it, but don't you lose like non-combatant status if you bring it, if you have a weapon or something?
Good.
Uh,
Okay.
But hey, it's your ass, not mine.
Security team, and
Valid.
they're bringing rifles and armor.
Hell yeah.
Man, I've forgotten how many freaking races there are in Star Trek.
Yeah, there are a couple.
Just a few.
Hell of a lot of us.
Okay. Is everyone bringing armor?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Then and I'll just put on traits cold weather gear and inoculation.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I mean, armor does seem like a good idea, but does that add to threat? I believe escalation.
Yes, it does. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And then we also wanted to bring a science team.
They don't get guns though.
Yeah. Keep the weapons away from the nerds.
Yes, instead, give them this antimatter-powered reactor.
Perfect. Glad we're on the same page.
They can share one phaser between them.
Right, yeah.
We had a rock.
Greg, it's my turn.
And we had to share the
Yes. All right. Any specialized science gear you want to bring down, or would you come back for that if you need like any generators, anti-grav lifts, sensor towers?
Definitely going to want some advanced sensors.
All right.
Especially if we don't want to do invasive archaeology.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
have sensor towers.
All right, got the thing. And then I export for VTT? Question mark.
You can. You would need the virtual tabletop enhancer plugin on your browser for it to work.
Oh, I don't have that. Okay, so I should export the PDF.
Yeah, just export or the PDF.
Boop.
And then
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. All right, and then do you want me to just send this file to you?
yeah. Just send it to me. Drop in chat.
Excellent. Okay. Here he. There we go. Tis in the chat, and I'll whip up a token real quick because that's a tool that I have. Thanks to this website.
I love this one. What's his rank? Their rank?
Ensign.
No, stop showing that on screen.
And it's lower decks uniform type, right?
Lower decks. Yeah.
Sweet. And blue for science. And blue. Oh, Ensign got the 1 pip.
Sean Meredith.
Did you say our guys from lower decks?
It's lower deck style uniforms.
Oh, okay.
All right. He has a sheet. We can update that. Well, you have a blank sheet. You can fill it in as we go.
Yep.
Or you can just roll manually. All right. As you all gather on the transporter pad Any final calls to the equipment room?
We always need to bring with us the transport enhancers.
Oh, the pocket transport enhancers?
Yes.
Okay. I will take
on an away mission without those.
I will take that for a momentum, but totally an option.
All right. His token now has a picture. Hooray! And I will start editing this in the background. Worst comes to worst, I'll do a manual roll at some point. If it's not done by then.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Sorrel,
have
should we get some grab bikes?
We have grab bikes?
Yeah.
Well, they had them
Sorry,
in lower
what?
deck, so I assume they're canon.
They're canon.
Oh, that's contemporary, yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
You think we walk everywhere in the 25th century? Or 24th. It's still 24th.
Still 24th. All right, I have tread bike. I thought I had a motorcycle. There we go. All right. As you beam down to the planet. And I should have cleaned this map. I did not. All right. Planet surface. As you beam down onto the planet, the temperature is less biting than it was last time, and you still see the strange fungal grown buildings all over the place. There's still a layer of frost on the ground. And around some of the fallen in buildings, there are taxon who are eating the building and rebuilding it.
Cool. They shouldn't be overtly hostile yet.
You're all bundled up against a cold, but you have your away teams here and a couple crates of specialized gear that's come down as well. Well, Commander, what's your orders? What exactly are we looking for here?
Quantum spread. Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
Well, so we're looking for an Aquel artifact. Yes, that's the plan.
You're looking for the artifact that the Naquel were looking for. You don't know what the Naquel were looking for, but they were down here poking around. So obviously, whatever they're looking for must be important to the plot.
All right, that is an important fact. So I thought it was an Aquel artifact, but it's an artifact that Aquel we're looking for. That is a distinction I am now aware of. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, that does. So we don't know, man. So I had this whole plan centered on what I thought the Naquel were about, and so what a Naquel artifact would look like. And no, that is out the window. We're looking for random artifact. Okay. Okay. What do my eyes behold?
Artifacts, you say so? Well, hang on. Did we beam down at the site where the Naquel got bombed from orbit, or we just beamed down on a random street?
The building up ahead was bombed from orbit.
Hey, what's that under the ice, just in the middle of this courtyard here?
Give me a reason science difficulty 1.
Oh, okay. His very first roll. Oh boy,
So excited.
it's so exciting. Focus in xenoarchaeology or xenoanthropology.
Either or.
Sweet.
And I'll be right back.
All right, guys. So we all agree that I made this roll, no problems, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So where was the Niquel that hammered us with the telekinetic thing? Was he still down on the surface?
No. So he, from what I gathered, got back up to his command ship, set his ship to self-destruct out of spite, and then flew off.
Yes, but he did laser beam us from the surface.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, roll him if you got him.
Yes. Because this is the first activation, I'm going to give them the talent, bold science, and then
Okay.
I'm going to spend a threat to roll 3. Just gonna... Bold. I can't spell. Pretty sure bold doesn't have 2 L's. Alright. And away we go. Ooh.
Good start.
Ooh.
Oh, you got bold.
Great. Yeah, re-rolling with bold. Can I re-roll both of them or just the one? It's just the
Just the one. It's just one die.
one. Oh, that's
There
much
we go.
better. We
Alright.
went from a nat 20 to a 2.
As you're looking ahead at this strange stuff underneath the ice, there was a moment where you kind of like slip and you're like windmilling your arms for a little bit. But you're able to catch yourself, Elf, and you fall, but you kind of fall on your hands and knees. And you're able to get a good look at this. Underneath about 12 feet of ice is some sort of water fountain.
Fast.
Some sort of communal park area.
Well, sir, it appears we've been down in a public plaza of sorts.
If you'd like to spend momentum for more questions, we can.
Sure. So if it's a public plaza, are there any indications of what's so this was a oh my gosh, my brain is failing. So this was like if this thing that I'm stating above is a fountain, are the other buildings public buildings as well then, or?
There's ground level under 12 feet of ice everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Also,
about.
are we stating on the 5th level or 5th floor? Like a 2nd floor, but
Second floor. Second floor, but yes,
Yeah,
you are standing like with the second floor. So first couple floors are like completely inundated with ice.
Wait, if they're completely inundated with ice, does that mean everything flooded and then froze?
It appears that way.
If only we had an archaeologist to tell us.
Arthur, did everything flood then freeze? That's a science question.
Yes. As it appears that way, the floodwaters appear to have come in very rapidly and violently. There's a bunch of debris that was mixed in and tossed about all over the place, some structural damage, and then the temperature froze precipitously over, or probably the course over a couple days. So it mixed everything up. The waters stayed in for a little bit, and then it froze. And yes, all the buildings around you are probably important public buildings of sorts.
Well, I suppose, given the fact that it was hit by a mini supernova, I suppose we can call it a logical disaster. Probably a lot of plate tectonic movement as a result of the shockwave. Okay, so
gravimetric flux caused the tides.
Yep.
I used to go haywire. Yep.
Okay, so the Naquel, were they in the building that they were trying to gain entrance to when we bombed them?
It is unknown. You didn't exactly ask them what they were doing.
Well, I imagine we did ask them what they were doing. They just refused to listen or explain themselves.
No, actually, you didn't hail them at all. But
Yeah.
what they were doing in the a building that they were hiding out in before we bombed them out is unknown. Could be a variety of reasons.
Fantastic. Guess I should go look at some Naquel corpses and see if I can.
Can we do
archaeology?
a basic scan for life forms to see if there's anything else down here with us?
That seems prudent. Reason security diff 1. Draw that up. +1 for exceptional reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
There are no non-native life forms around. There's various native life forms. The Arn forms who are slowly waking up and slowly rebuilding this building, especially after you bombed one out.
They must have been so bored without us.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything larger than the taxon around here? I believe there's a big critter that tried to eat us last time.
Yeah, the giant. What was it? The giant fusion?
The Mothra.
Mothra? Yes. Or no, it was Masquithra.
Mesquite.
Because it was a giant mosquito.
One momentum.
Sure.
She is in the area, but a couple kilometers out, which for her is like a dozen steps. So, but she seems to be hanging around she seems to be hanging around the periphery of the city, warming up the air and mixing in the oxygen content.
Can I set like an alert on my tricorder that if it gets, closer, it'll let us know?
2 momentum, yes.
Okay.
Warning, a Mothra is currently approaching your position. Please seek
Warning.
immediate cover.
Warning, kaiju attack.
Need to give it the sound effect of the kaiju alarms from Pacific Rim.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah, easy setup. You have a kaiju alarm. So if it starts moving, even before you start feeling the footsteps, our tricorder will beep at you.
Nice.
Guy, what are you doing around here?
I'm just kind of gonna keep an eye on the taxons, make sure they don't freak out about anything. Just gonna kind of keep my peepers on them, and yeah, that's what I'll do for now.
Okay. And I'm just pointing this here. This is a dead body in this building.
Okay.
Guys, you blew them all the hell up.
That
yeah.
wasn't us. That was them.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
It's not our fault they didn't aim right. Well, maybe it was.
All right. So, you do have the one building in that they are camped out in. All the other buildings from the outside, I look just to be like open forum buildings, things. Probably administrative. There might be a hospital nearby. Only way to know what these buildings are is to poke your head inside and take a look.
Well, the Naquil seem to be obsessed with religion. So I wonder if there's any type of religious buildings down here that they would have been focused on, possibly.
I will give that to you. Insight, command, or science, difficulty 1. I'm allowing you to use this to make this roll from your neurosion trait. You do know that in general there are temples that are usually in the city center. You could probably recognize it if you look around. They might have a different in style, but the general vibe of a temple should be easy for you to point out.
Okay, I'll look around for one.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do control reason. So you're just like walking around out in circles, looking at building. So I'm thinking that's control, maybe con. Difficulty 2. Mr. Mareth, you may assist on this task.
Heck yeah. Well, I tried.
You did.
You're searching, or you're searching around, and nothing's quite jumping out at you. As this is a religious center, there's no specific iconography or architecture that's standing out to you. It could have been the building that the Naquil were camped out in. It could be the larger one next to them. This one or this one.
All right, well, let's see. Let's try the one that the taxon are not working on.
Okay. You move over to this fairly tall, 5-story, very tall, but it's missing the bottom 2 stories, so it's a little shorter. A building with this kind of tented look. It's not like a pure mushroom implant, and this one seems to be sculpted in a particular way. And the closer you look at it, it has white kind of stonish looking beams that are wrapping around it. But the top half of it has been crushed by the nearby building and kind of leaning on it. So the top floor has been completely smashed through. You do look around. Yep, there you look around, and there appears to be several windows, several window ports that you can use to get inside.
Okay, I'll try and climb through the easiest accessible window.
I'm gonna spend some threat. Let's have a little fun with that. Fitness con diff 2. As you're clambering up the sheer side of this building.
Go ahead and take 1 threat.
All right, you're easily able to get in. Kind of find some footholds. Pull yourself up. The windows are about 3 meters above you, but you're able to find some handholds and pick yourself up. The crates are going to have a hard time getting up here unless you find something or do something to make that easier.
Does there appear to be some other type of entrance above the ice? A doorway or bigger window or?
This is one of the smaller windows. I was looking to the left and right. Right, there is a bigger one, but it's kind of at the same altitude, so probably have to like build a ramp or something to get up there. But it's up 3 meters, and you have plenty of room out. That is certainly doable, but something that will need to be done, or else everyone will have to make the check to get up here.
Okay.
But what you see, I hope this map's set up. It is. The top floor is crushed, and the resulting floors are below it also have crunched in, and this building is kind of covered with debris.
I need to step away for just a few minutes. Someone's bringing my wife some stuff here. I need to go out and get it for her. I'll be right back.
Copy.
But off to the side, you do see kind of hidden in the debris, and this is just a tangle of long white stone, long white stone beams and organic, fleshy mushroom concrete that's been jumbled together or is pressed on top of this floor. But if you look off to the side, kind of peering through this, you see some sort of pillar with art on it.
I like artsy pillars.
Art.
Mm-hmm.
Is it interesting? Can we look at it? What is it?
Venix is the only one, and I can see this now. You could climb up the a tower, or you can like make an easy way to get up there. Making a ramp will make it easier for everyone, but that will take some time.
Yeah, why don't we guess? I mean, what else? What can we do? Yeah, I guess a good old-fashioned ramp is probably the best here.
How would you like to build a ramp?
Yeah. What, do we have like some random debris laying around? Like what's the surrounding area look?
Yeah, there's plenty of random debris lying around. You have the long white stones. You have some gray porous mushroom concrete. There's some trees and wood, and there's plenty of snow.
Okay. Yeah, I guess just use some of the random debris we have and see if we can make something happen here. Hey, you're archaeology. Who do we have that can make a good ramp? We don't really have an engineer here, do we?
You do not.
No.
Although you do have an entire ship in orbit.
Yeah. I guess there could be worse things.
Alright. I'm going to set this at control engineering difficulty 3, based on the materials you have available for you now. Or you could bring in like some sort of prefabricated duranium ramp that you can beam down and set up. But that will cost 2 momentum.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
This seems like a pretty good deal.
yeah, I suck at engineering.
All right.
Yeah, why don't we just do that?
Just
Make
ask,
it nice and
ask
easy.
yeah, just ask engineering. Hey, could you break down a ramp?
Scotty, beam me aboard.
Damn it. Damn it.
Literally.
Literally. All right. You have a ramp to get up here, and it's a duranium ramp. It's very easy to get up and down, and it has like hooks on both ends to dig into the ice and set itself up. It's not going to move or shift anytime soon.
Okay.
Is it ADA compliant?
Yes.
Got the railing on either side. It's not too steep an angle.
Yeah. Very very shallow angle. There's wouldn't come with ramp with railing on the side, but you could put railing on it if you want.
I mean, I like to think that we're all adults and that will be fine.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Also,
as long as the
sometimes
author
Star
doesn't-
Trek have like safety.
Yeah, no seatbelts. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No seatbelts, no fuse boxes, no.
And now
Non-exploding consoles.
Yeah.
I get to reveal my sadism.
But
It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
make us roll to go up the ramp.
So the map
what?
is full of tiles. Are you familiar with
Uh-huh.
Minesweeper?
oh, good heavens! Is
Oh.
that why you sent Minesweeper the other day?
Uh-huh.
Is this for booby traps? Are we?
This is clearing the debris so you can actually walk around in here without collapsing the
Oh.
building and crushing what's underneath it.
Oh. Okay.
So each one of these tiles has a little bit of work done onto them, and as they're kind of settled in, you want to you want to complete this clock. You want to fill up the clock and remove the material. Once it's completely filled up, the material is stabilized and you can remove it safely. However, there's also some backlash effects that could destabilize things around it and make the other clocks that are on my screen tick down. If anything ticks down to 0, that section collapses and crushes whatever material and information is underneath it.
Okay.
So this is like a open floor plan kind of thing. We just don't know the stability of the floor.
The stability of the roof is the issue. There's a bunch of debris and stuff on top of everything that you have to remove. So you have a bunch of Jenga bricks on top of whatever this floor plan is. But looking around, it appears to be a fairly open floor plan. A good tricorder scan and can get you a better idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Reason science, thank you. Difficulty 2. There is a bunch of stuff in the way. Trying to have to like sort out. Okay, this is originally supposed to be here. That's just a random brick.
Okay.
Does that make sense for our archaeologist to do? What's his name
Absolutely.
again? Idaho Smith?
Idaho Smith.
Yeah, we don't want to violate any copyright laws here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Xenoarchaeology.
All right, Xenoarchaeology. Why can't I speak? Xenoarchaeology. I was trying to say archaeology, biology at the same time. Xenoarchaeology to not collapse everything on our heads.
It's okay if the character has a stutter. Yeah, it's just a trait.
That's all, folks. Okay.
Barkley
Two-
has stutter, you know.
Two threat. He has a stutter.
Nice.
I could.
Okay. All right. Reason science by way of xenoarchaeology. Okay. Take a threat. I'm going to roll 3. And away we go. Bold.
You don't fall off the ramp. All right. It appears that underneath the debris, which the long white ice stones you can now see are reminiscent of very large rib cages. These are bones.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be some sort of open and floor plan, and there is a couple pillars that seem to be more decorative than anything, and then there are 5 alcoves in a perimeter.
Okay, I have a thought. What if we were to send Gyro in and have him do a 3-dimensional scan and see where, we can figure out what the load-bearing members are and how to reinforce the debris.
Yeah, also, didn't we bring a bunch of sensor equipment?
You did. You can totally start setting that up.
Cool.
All right. Any questions in from the initial scan, and then we'll start setting up these other advantages.
So bones, you say? Do they look like they're part of the structure?
I'll answer that for momentum.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the giant bones are part of the structure. And did we lose someone else?
Sounds like.
No, Sorrel dropped her guy.
Oh no. Guy just lost internet. Okay.
Yeah. You look at them. You don't think that they belong to any specific creature. This was just a bioformed armed into the specific structure, but bones are very strong and very light.
One of their bio building things.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Is this typical Arn architecture? Building with giant bones?
Now that you think about it, at some important buildings and religious as centers would be built out of giant bones. Just they last longer, or they need less upkeep. Plus, they're nice and white and pearly, and it looks pretty.
Is this their equivalent of marble?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
All right. Let's do gyro scanning. Control science. Difficulty 2. But we're absolutely going to 1, 3. Complication 4. One of you two who gonna have to take it.
Let me see my science here. My science is a 3.
Oh boy.
What about Idaho's science there?
My science is a 4, and my control is a 10.
You can do it.
Yeah, you got an advantage.
All right. Take a threat. I'm rolling 3.
Complication 4.
Why?
You're sending a drone into an unstable building. Don't bump into anything.
Well, the good news is, if anything collapses, the only thing in the building is the drone. This is why we have them. Oh boy. Onwards and downwards. I might kill Gyro. I didn't kill
Girl's a
Gyro.
Very forgiving type.
Did not kill Gyro. All right.
I got darn close, though. There's a 16 in there.
Okay. How can I mark this? Okay. Star Trek. Generic tokens. That works. One, 2, 3, 5. Those seem to be particularly load-bearing and unstable. Any sudden shocks to those are going to cause us a collapse. It's unknown like how much of a shock they can take. It does have a stress track, so there's like a little bit of tolerance, but those are like particularly important ones. And then no, and then some of the rest of these. Not that one. Ah, goodness. Some of the rest of these tiles are kind of loose, and you can see around them.
Oh.
So these are not load bearing, so I'm going to remove them from the map. If the mouse will let me grab this thing. So there's some tiles that have like some debris in it. If you can remove the debris around it, you should be able to easily clear those other squares and get through. But there's those several load bearing ones that are quite important to get.
Okay. Are they? Is it only adjacent or does diagonal?
Diagonal also hits.
Okay.
But gyro can and fly in between these gaps and kind of get a better idea of what's going on here.
Okay.
But the big squares areas here are just too tight. He can't fly through them.
What was your last question there? I didn't quite catch that.
So it's I was asking if like the ones that we have to remove or the ones that affect them, if it's only if the diagonal ones work or if it's only like to the left and right and stuff.
Yeah, it's diagonals.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to. Okay, do we just need to get gyro to another part of the building? Is that the goal here? Like, what's the?
Presumably, you want to get into the building, but the way is blocked.
Oh,
And
so we need to find another way in.
And as gyro is flying around, and with that autonomous buzz, there is another buzz that is responding to it.
Uh-oh.
Would you like?
Gyro's making friends with wildlife.
Would you like to know more?
Yes.
Is my tricorder proximity thing going off?
Tricorder proximity is not going off.
I feel like for Musquithra, it would be less of a buzz and more like a droning noise. Just given the size of the wing.
The buzz is very peculiar. It's kind of weird. Reason and science. This is kind of far away. A little weird. I'm gonna set this at difficulty 3.
Okay, the standard comp.
Standard comp. Yeah,
This-
hearing is not gonna let the.
help?
Yes, diff 2. Gyro would be able to help with this.
Amazing. Okay. Take a threat. I'm gonna roll 3. Be rolling 1. Dang it. Oh wait, no, it's diff 2. We're good.
It's diff 2. You are good. You're listening into it. It appears there's that this chamber is some sort of weird echo chamber. It's designed to pick up this audible sounds, and as they bounce off the walls, they shift and change and kind of reflect back at you.
So it's like an oratory chamber or like an audience hall?
Not quite. The sound is being changed as it's hit in very specific ways.
Like shifting pitch or something like that?
Pitch, tone.
All of it. Pitch, tone, modulation.
Huh.
Almost as if it is responding to gyro's sounds.
Hang on, is in the building?
Maybe? That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
Well, it used to be a living oh, heavens. Hey, our tricorders don't have to pick up any life signs, do they?
Reason science diff 1 or 1 momentum.
It's
No life signs, as you know it.
Are the bones what's doing the vibrating?
Good thought.
1 momentum.
Yep.
Yes. The
Okay, so
bones and the
bones-
walls. As Gyro is making noise, the bones are resonating in very peculiarly and sending the sound back. By the way, how are you role playing this? How are you speaking out loud?
Huh? What?
How are you role playing? So you're talking to each other about this.
I guess we're standing there just talking to each other with a normal conversational tone.
Yeah, looking at the screen from Gyro, just to get the feed. Question: what are those objects in the areas that are now clear there? The cube, the blocky cubes, and the coral-looking growth thing.
The cubes appear to be pillars that have motifs and pictures on them. But they're not load-bearing. They seem to be decorative and important. The coral structure appears to just be some sort of livery, perhaps, or a circulatory system. Could be a gland.
Does Fenix have any insight on that? Hi,
Do I have
Sorrel.
any insight on that?
The coral is probably just livery. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. Not functional.
Okay. Hi, Sorrel. So this building is like Minesweeper in that if we touch the wrong tile, the whole thing collapses. So we elected to send Gyro in.
I wondered what all those alarms were.
Those are load-bearing
Yeah,
tiles.
Holy shit!
Those are load-bearing.
pillars.
Okay. Okay.
You can remove them, but they're you can remove them, but it'll be more difficult, and they're more at risk of collapsing.
Yeah. So far, what we've learned, the building has a sonic resonance.
A sonic resonance.
Yeah. So Gyro's in there and making his normal buzzing noise, and the building is buzzing back and like changing the tone and the pitch and everything.
It's also
boy, good thing I've got
modulating. It's also modulating the sound a little bit. It's
Yes.
Good
Also,
thing, I've
Gyro's-
got Good thing I've got Gyro 3.0 already planned out, and his entire
right?
CPU is backed up.
Yeah. Yes. Also, the whole building is made of bones. Apparently, that's normal. The bigger,
The
fancier
whole-
buildings.
Wait. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The whole building. Did I hear you correctly? The whole building is
Giant-
made of bones.
Giant
Mm-hmm.
bones.
Bones?
Like large.
As in,
not people
formerly
bones.
it's a body of something.
Yes. Yes. The white thing made of calcium and other various minerals. You know how they bioform buildings? They use bone in this one.
instead of mushroom.
Okay.
Yes. Apparently this is normal for their fancier buildings.
Because it's like marble. It looks pretty. It's
and
white.
it's
It looks
when you say
pretty.
That's-
Yeah.
When you say they, it's not the Aquel, it's
The Arn.
whoever will.
Yeah.
This is Arn. Yeah.
Arn.
This is
Yes.
all
Yeah,
Arn
okay.
tech.
Yes.
The
Okay.
Quell might have got one hand on this, and then they scattered.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, the so those square things, those are non-structural decorative pillars with like reliefs and pictures on them. The coral thing is just pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what data is Gyro feeding back to me here?
Load
Other than
bearing.
the visual stuff.
Yeah. Basically just that, just the load bearing and structures in this weird modulated hum.
A weird modulated hum. What is the was the frequency and modulation that this hum is occurring at?
It varies, which is weird. It's not consistent, but it sounds like it's responding to Gyro's hum of his anti-grav engines.
Responding to, and when you say resonating, is it like does it seem to be adjusting itself to Gyro?
Insight science difficulty E3.
Okay. Insight science. Sensor operations as the focus.
Yes.
Okay. 3 threat to get to 4. Onwards and downwards. Guess I got it.
No fishing?
Not on an insight roll. I don't like to fish on insight.
Okay. It's almost as if the bass sound that Gyro is making is causing the building to take that sound and recycle it and use it to make new sounds. But because of the coarse nature of Gyro sounds, it's making a coarse sound back. What if you were to send a more refined sound into this building?
Are you proposing we should talk to the building?
I'm not proposing anything.
Play the 5 notes.
The building seems to be resonating with Gyro in some kind of rough way. Okay, I'll pull up my tricorder and see if I can send a more refined signal in to get a different maybe response of some kind.
What is the nature of the sound you're sending?
Well, if I guess I'm moving up in the register frequency. I'm gonna like move it, kind of move it up.
Oh, so do a frequency. So frequency sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make that a task and you get something from this. Control, science, difficulty 3.
Oops. So I'm going to use testing a theory to get to 3. So we're kind of still in the same area. Sensor operations remains my focus, and then I'll give the rest of you to get to 5. And onwards and downwards. I am gonna fish for this one.
Excellent.
Good time to fish.
Okie dokie. So 3, 4 momentum generated. So, you do the frequency a sweep all the way from base rising up. It seems to have the and you're listening to the response. It seems to have the best response between 85 hertz upwards or to 300 hertz. And then the frequency response tapers off on either end in there, but inside that is the most responsive.
Sorry, what was the most responsive?
85 85 hertz to 300 hertz.
85 to 300. So make a note of that. Oh, you already did. Thank you. All right. And okay. What does my science brain tell me that is that relevant or is that random?
That is relevant. That is the frequency range of most humanoid speech.
Are you telling me the bone walls are talking to me?
The bone walls are listening to you talk and responding.
That's not creepy at all. No, I'm not.
I'm so happy about this puzzle. This is so fun.
That's the best.
It seems to be most responsive to humanoid speech.
Huh. Hey guys, the bone walls are most responsive to humanoid speech. So we got that going.
And spending 2 threat.
I now suggest that we split up into twos and go investigating in random directions.
As you're saying this, the bones speak. Error.
Okay.
Error. Improper configuration. Frequencies blocked. Unable to respond. Error. Error.
What?
And it's saying this about in your voice.
It sounds like me?
Kind of.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
It sounds like Sorrel if you took an AI training model all and shoved lines into it.
Okay, but I didn't say anything like error, frequency blocked. I didn't
No, you
say
did not.
anything like that.
Absolutely not.
And it said something about the sequence?
Hello, how can I
Okay.
help you today? I've seen
Oh boy.
I am unable to access some memories.
Oh hell, it's Clippy.
What memories are you unable to access? Strange thing speaking to me.
I am unable to answer that question. Please ask a curator.
What if there are no curators available?
I am unable to answer that question. Please ask a curator.
What questions can you answer?
I can answer any questions, and it's about.
I'm sorry? What was that?
Could you repeat?
I can answer any questions about. I'm sorry. There's a corruption in my architecture.
Can I access this computer?
There is no computer.
I think the building is the computer.
I think the building is the computer too. Can I access the building computer?
You're talking to it.
I wonder if it needs to be repaired for the frequencies to work correctly.
Yeah, I wonder if all this refuse and
Oh my
clutter
God.
lying around in the middle of the building has anything to do with its with its corruption.
Minix, I hadn't even looked over at the Discord, but I already had that thought. It's like, my responses are limited. You must ask the right questions. Dang it! Initiate level 1 diagnostic. Determine source of error.
I'm sorry, there's a problem in my architecture. I cannot answer that.
I wonder if we need to beam down some engineers to.
I think
Fix
it's
things
literally a problem with the architecture.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry,
There's a
I'm
bunch of
unable to
debris in
answer
this
that.
hallway.
Please, he's
All right.
asked a curator.
All right, Gyro's in there. I
Mhm.
want Gyro to do a full scan with the instruction. Do you see any kind of corruption or fracture or damage?
Yes,
that
there's a
might
pile of
explain why-
there's a pile of bones littered across this entire room. That is obviously damage.
Oh,
The entire
so not
the
like
ceiling is caved
human
in.
bone. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, the debris.
ceiling caved.
the ceiling caved in
Okay.
into this room,
Hmm.
and it's telling you there's a problem with my architecture.
Like it's literal architecture.
Well, I don't know that we can repair it though. I mean,
We have engineers.
You're Starfleet. You're smart.
damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Wait, also, don't we have like? Aren't there a bunch of those like repair? What are they called? The repair
Taxons?
caterpillars.
Yeah.
Taxons. Couldn't we just bring a couple of them over here?
You want to wrangle those things? You should certainly try.
Well, I mean, I feel like Benix could.
Not good.
All right, but if you want to do a frequency, if you want to do a scan, like there's obviously debris in this room, but anything
I do
specific
wanna
that you want
fix
to look
it.
for? Yeah. Reason science. Like what specifically are you looking for? What sensors are you using?
Gyros and my advanced tricorder.
Cool. What sensor setting are you using?
The appropriate sensor setting.
the
right one.
The plot relevant one.
The one
There
that
you
will
go.
cause the building to collapse.
Yeah, that one.
All right. All right. Diff 4, or you can do a full general sweep, and you'll get to this answer eventually.
Good. I would like to. Get
As
to
as you're just running the gambit. You're looking for chronotons, tachyons, gravitational waves, is EPS relays, is ODN, and isolinear chips. The works. Viral neural networks.
brute force.
Yes. This is brute force scanning. Down to diff 2 with your advanced tricorder and gyro triangulating.
All right. Some science. I would still like to do testing of theory.
Testing theory
Get to
fires.
3. And then 2 threat to get to 4. And onwards. Downwards. I will reroll that 0.
Goodness
Reroll.
gracious. All right. And you get like 1 bonus from gyro, 1 bonus from the tricorder. So 2, so 4 more. Cool. you look around because you think, okay, there's a computer here. There's got to be something powering this thing. There is no power source. There's no computer circuits. There's no there's no memory banks. There's no electronics. There's no isolinear chips. No storage devices. Just these bones.
A biological type thing.
It's a biological computer that takes your voice and remodulates it into an answer.
You say biological, but it's bone, so it's not like
bones are biological.
I mean,
they are, but they're different biological than like
if you want
things
to
with
be
vessels and
if you want to be pedantic,
Once they're not in the
call
body.
it a biomatter computer.
But you're seeing no places where like memory or stuff could be stored. You think that the specific echo chambers and patterns of the bones and the architecture of the room was super intelligently designed so that when you speak a question, it'll ricochet off the wall and remodulate itself into an answer. All
But the
without
debris is
power.
blocking the ricochets.
Yes, the debris is blocking the sound, and therefore part of its answer or matrix is unavailable. Fascinating could be a word you could use to describe this.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm like,
obviously, Sorrel says fascinating.
Well, let's get a bunch of engineers down here to clear this out and sturdy everything up.
You do have 2 float. What would you like to do with that, Sorrel?
Well, we brought a science team down. I would like to spend that 2 float towards creating an advantage towards repairing the bone computer.
That's going to be like a whole. That's like a whole extended task on itself. But you could use this to get an idea.
I want to create the advantage, and then I have my science team, which is going to help me on this extended task, which I assume is about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right. Bone computer theory. That works. All right. So with that, you kind of gain an understanding a little bit more of how this bone echo chamber computer or works, and this is like a level of math and psionics that is just bizarre, but it's some sort of like powerless computer that if you ask it questions, it can take the sound waves of your question and turn it into an answer.
this is so weird.
I know, I love it. All right. You have your first block in front of you. It's a bunch of blocks. It is currently stable, and there's 5 of 12 work left to do on it. How would you like to move this jumble of bones in front of the door?
Mm-hmm.
By what manner would you wish to attempt this task? Transporters, phasers, quantum torpedoes, I heard is popular. Brute force, anti-gravity sleds, tractor beams, like you're Starfleet. Science the shit out of this.
Some combination of transporters and anti-grav sleds.
Okay. Talk me through it.
We are being delicate.
Okay.
I've got our I've brought down our archaeologist specialist, who's part of our science team.
Actually,
yeah,
actually, it's more of a ribcage. It's actually more of a ribcage, but I get you.
Okay. and we're busy with the replicated plaster and the reassembly of this bone structure.
All right. And just like literally just scanning like which Jenga piece to pull out, and then using transporters and anti-grav to pull the Jenga piece out. Okay.
Exactly. We're doing a version of a version of David and the Sistine Chapel here.
Yep. All right. Base difficulty 3, based on what's nearby. Complication 2. This is without any of your traits. You do have one trait. You do have one trait from the bone computer theory. You also have a science team that can help, and gyro.
All right, so reduce comp to standard and difficulty by. I guess can we reduce difficulty by 2?
One moment.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Harry. I'm drinking caffeine, and apparently it's hitting right now. All right.
Good.
Diff 1. I want to make this a little spicy. So diff 1, and then brought up to diff 2, at least. Just because some of the pieces are in inopportune positions, like a load bearing ones in front of a bunch of cleared ones that you could pull out easily, but it's behind this other one.
I have keen eye. Can I apply that trait?
Ooh, you can.
Yeah.
And Marek, you can absolutely help with this, or you can lead. A bunch of friends helping you out here.
All right. Well,
All right.
my
However you
control
want.
science is key.
Yeah.
My control science is 14.
Okay, so it sounds like I should lead. You should assist.
I got you.
All right. I will spend 2 momentum, 1 threat to get to 4. I do have a focus, and onwards and downwards. I will re-roll that 0. All right, and the assist. Yeah. Throw it up.
Nice. So 4, 5, 6, diff 1. So you have all the float. Good.
Yes, we do. We are piecing this thing back. We're gonna make it brand spanking new.
Roll me 7 of those beautiful challenge dice as you're applying work to this tile.
All right, here comes 7s. I like that roll. What can I spend a momentum to re-roll those 0s?
You certainly may.
Let's do that. Oh my dear.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's plus 7. 12. 1 and 2. All right. You filled up the track. You got most of it. It cleared. Looks like you need to do one more or whack at it.
All right, let's do one more whack at it then.
Okay. You do have 2 new float. If you spend that for a swift task, you can quickly get this done before anything shifts.
I will spin that for swift task. Absolutely.
All right. After everything's done, diff 2. As you pull out most of the debris, there's like a little bit left, and it's like starting to crack and sag, and you're like, move it, guys, quickly.
All right. 2 momentum, 1 threat to get to 4. Everything else the same. Here we go. Oh, yeah. And the assist from
the dock, from our archaeologist.
Yep. Coming at ya. There we go.
All right. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Diff 2, so 5. You get all the floats. 7 challenge dice. If you get 6 or more, you're good. Actually, you get 2 or more. The track's
7.
filled.
Yeah, track is filled. So 7. Enter. And rolling. I would say that will do it.
That will do it. Let's get a brief moment of this is filled, this is stabilized, and I will remove the tile in front of you. And now you can physically walk in the room and reveal that there is a statue of an Arn figure with their 4 arms and their 2 wings, and they're looking regal and responsible. And in one of its hands, the upper right hand, it's holding up a helix of DNA.
Okay.
For 1 momentum, you can reveal the stability of the tiles around this.
Would love to do that. Yes, thank
1 for 1. So all of them?
Yep.
All right.
All of them.
Nope. Not choose. Layer. That one. This one's a little bit more. So, this one's a bit more unstable. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough. Oh no. As everything's moving around and shifting around and stuff, these 3 tiles next to you sag and crumple a little bit. And the tile in the middle, dead ahead of you, is on the point of collapse. It's going to collapse and crunch whatever is underneath it.
Oh boy.
You do have some momentum if you want to do something clever.
I always do like to do things that are clever. What potentially clever thing could I do?
this is like a bunch of bones and debris that is sagging and like at risk of collapsing and destroying anything that's underneath it. And it is like slipping as you're speaking. It's slipping from its bounds and is going to collapse. And it's starting to accelerate faster.
I hate making paper mache volcanoes. Such.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a bunch of loose debris.
We need to shore it up, I guess. With the, I mean, we've got transporter and anti-gravs, so
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Like,
yeah. Short up would be a good idea. It's wedged between the pile of debris next to it, and it's kind of wedged into the floor, but the floor or side is starting to slip away, and it's going to fall and crash on top of whatever's in the middle here. So it is wedged on the floor, and it's slipping this way.
Okay, so we don't want it to slip. We want to shore it up and cease and desist its movement.
2 momentum, you can attempt an action.
I will spend it.
What would you like to do?
Did we bring any tie downs?
For momentum, you can have some.
That was mostly a joke. I don't know if tie downs would actually help in this situation.
It might. Yeah, plasma tie downs, gravimetric tie downs. I don't know.
So self-sealing tie downs.
Self-sealing. Yep.
Stem bolts. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Self-sealing stem bolts actually might help.
Oh my God! Let's use them.
It's falling. It's falling as you're speaking. What's the plan?
Yeah. So yeah, self-sealing stem bolts to anchor the.
Anchor the back
in
end?
place.
All right.
Yep.
Daring engineering. Difficulty 3 as you rush in and you slam the stem bolts in. See, we knew they were useful for something.
I mean, I'm okay at that, but there's probably someone that's better. I can tell you, my daring engineering is going to be 13.
$30 seconds. All right, take a threat.
I'll lead. Okay, it's fine. I'll lead.
It's falling. It's falling now.
Yeah, we're doing the stem bolts.
Stem bolts. Yep.
All right, daring engineering, div 3.
What's the roll? Div 3. I will give you. I will spend 2 momentum. One. I'm gonna spend 3 momentum to get to 4. Do not have an applicable focus, so here you go. And the assist. Come on, assist.
Here comes the assist. Oh, these are not good numbers. Oh boy. Oh, you clutched it.
Yes! You got it. Clutch. You see that at these support struts are slipping, and it's gonna crunch whatever's or is hidden underneath it. You're at the two. You just look at each other. And goes go down, and you rush in and you just slam some self-sealing stem bolts into the ground in front of this support, and you create an anchor to tie it to the ground and make sure it doesn't slip down any further.
Nice.
And it appears to work. It's creaking. Oops. I stopped the wrong one. It's creaking and groaning under the stress, but it is holding for now. So, how y'all doing?
Well,
This is stressful.
we're not being crushed by the weight of a collapsing bone, and hopefully we are fixing the corruption of the bone computer, which was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what do you say while you're in this room? You just, it's like power slid in, slam the bolts, down and save this building from collapse. You're both looking at each other, probably a bit winded.
You know,
Curious.
ordinarily archaeology. Hang on. Sorry about that. My voice is slowly dying as the night continues. You know, ordinarily archaeology is much more boring than this.
The historical tapes would indicate otherwise, but I will take your word for it.
Alcove 1 is now accessible.
Ooh. Where's Alcove 1?
Probably the alcove behind you that you can walk to.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the alcove and access that accessible alcove.
You look at the mural that's in front of it.
Ooh, a mural.
Yes. A vast tapestry, galaxies strewn across us, the stars, spiral patterns hinting at intelligence. It's all apps. And then on top of it, kind of in the background, there's abstract, tall, luminous figures. There's that drift upwards and dissolve into a trail of stardust, leaving behind the lattice of the Laniakea superstructure. Laniakea super cluster that the Milky Way is currently in.
Mm-hmm.
You step into the alcove.
Of course. Without even thinking.
It is silence.
Hello?
Alcove. Recognize user.
Hello, guest. How may I help you today?
We'd like to access the central computer core.
I'm sorry, unable to help with that. Please ask the curator.
Alcove, what data is contained in your repository?
I am a museum voice interface as to help explain the artifacts and tales held within this building.
Ah, then, by all means, please, do give us a tour.
In the hush before breath, they sang the stars, makers of matter, authors of rhythm and flame. They shaped the skin and passed beyond, not absent, but waiting in the great beyond. They left signs in the silence, a map for the worthy. Would you like to know more?
I would like to know more.
Yes.
What questions do you ask?
So
I'm trying to send the poem to Discord. There it is.
that would be helpful. Thank you so much. Anyway. What? First off, what is the purpose of this installation?
This installation is designed to teach the origin of the living compact.
So,
Living compact. The heck is that?
Is that something I'm familiar with?
Any familiar with?
Insight Command Diff 2.
Take a threat.
Mhm.
I guess not.
No,
Can I
that-
roll Insight Command?
You cannot. You have no frame of reference and for or such a thing.
That sucks.
However, you can ask the AI.
Yes.
Yeah, all right,
What
well,
is
that's
what
AI.
is the what was sorry, what was it? The
Living
Combine?
Compact.
Living compacts.
The Living Compact Act is the grand and purpose and the duty of the ARN. We are tasked with protecting in life in all forms, as it is key to ascension. As the makers made it.
Is Ascension something that I'd be familiar with?
One momentum.
Okay.
Now that the AI said that, you do remember that there was great emphasis on protecting life in all its forms, almost as a religious duty. Life was sacred, and life was also the key. Life was the answer, or that life was the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And the basics of life was kind of like central to why the universe exists.
Uh-huh. Sounds like hippie bullshit.
It is hippie bullshit.
Wait, did I say that out loud? Oh.
But yeah,
We're
there's
all
definitely
connected, man.
we're all connected, man. The universe exists for life, and life exists because of the universe.
Yeah, man. Radical.
Radical. Okay. Hang on. So to put it again in simpler terms, they believe what? Sorry, my
Simpler,
brain's out of it.
simpler terms. Life is the reason for the universe, and universe is the reason for life.
That makes what?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
This is deep cosmology here, bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's like a Buddhist thing, you know, it's all
Yeah.
cyclical.
Okay, got it.
You do have a friendly AI who would love to answer these questions.
Yes.
What's
Hello,
the meaning of life?
Alcove. What exactly is ascension?
Ascension is the path that the makers left for our all life to follow. So that way we may follow the creators of the universe on their path across the stars.
And who are those? These creators?
They are the ones who create.
Yes, but who are they? Are they being? Is it a natural phenomenon?
The creators are
All
the
good questions.
the creators are the ones who uns that which created the universe.
Are
That
they
is
gods?
that's circular. That's not an appropriate answer.
Yes, that's what my colleague said.
I'm sorry, but this inquiry is beyond my programming. Please ask the curator.
Okay. Right, so the creators created the universe, and you believe that there's a path laid out for all living beings to be able to follow them and become creators, ascend? Is that long and short of it?
That is the purpose of the Living Compact, correct?
Alright then, and how exactly does one ascend?
That is unknown, and that is the purpose of the Living Compact.
Oh, is the purpose to discover the way to do that?
And protect it.
I see.
I don't know, if the religion had answers to everything, it wouldn't be a religion anymore, bro.
Well, I mean, sometimes when people use the word ascension, they have some crazy way that they think it'll work, but yes, also that yeah, religion can't have access to everything. Right. So this facility is to teach people about the Living Compact.
Correct.
And
How may I
ascension.
assist you?
Is that... Were there previous visitors in this building? But before us.
I'm sorry, I am unable to answer that question. Please ask the curator.
Right. Are you perhaps aware that there are none anymore?
I'm sorry, I'm unable to answer that question. Please ask the curator.
Right, answer's no. Okay.
Someone could give me an insight science diff 2.
Cyril.
Computers would definitely apply.
Coming up. Oh, great. I have computers as a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Insight. You said science?
Mm-hmm. Insight science and it's computers focus, diff 2.
Okay. I'm going to...
Actually, at this point, you could use reason. I'll let you use reason. There's enough information. You can use reason. It's not a hunch.
Wonderful. Take the full boat.
Goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to hit you guys.
Rerolling that 0.
All right.
Hey, last question.
4. You get the feeling that the the programmed response of this SAI is severely limited. It is not a full intelligence. It's a chatbot that has a very narrow scope of what it's a chatbot that's designed to help a guided tour in a museum. It doesn't know much more outside of that. If you ask questions that are outside of its programming, it's going to direct you to a curator. It doesn't know the state of the building. It doesn't know the state of anything outside. It is a dumb chatbot.
I mean, it does, I guess, that does explain how they were able to make it work without, like, actual computer bits.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it's dumb.
Yeah, and just like a large language model, it feeds off of your input and uses that to generate an output. So without input, it's just inert.
Okay. Alcove. How many other alcoves are there?
There are a total of 5 alcoves concerning the story. However, I'm having trouble accessing. I'm having trouble accessing 2 of them.
I'm guessing those are probably the ones with the debris.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yes. Do the alcoves all have names? Like, is there an order we're supposed to be going in?
Yes, this is the first one. And the second alcove would be to your south. So you're here.
Which alcove are we in current? Okay. Thank you.
It goes in order.
Goes in a circle. Okay.
Goes in circle. Like some sort of museum, as you would plan the museum out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, what part of the journey do you teach about?
I teach all parts of the journey. How can I help you?
Is there a difference between the alcoves and what they teach?
Yes. However, I am unable to access two of the alcoves at this time. Please ask the curator for more information.
Yes, there's a bit of debris in the building. So, what do the other alcoves teach? If you teach all parts of the journey, what are they?
I teach all paths of the journey. How may I help
what
you?
Are the other alcoves?
Hi, how can I help you?
What are the other alcoves?
The other alcoves are other parts of the journey.
But you teach all parts. So why do we need to visit the others?
I'm sorry, I'm unable to access as two of the alcoves, and the questions must be asked within the alcoves. In order for me to access as the information encoded within. How can I help you?
Can you lay out the basics of the journey?
I am unable to access as two of the alcoves. Please ask the curator for more information.
All right, we will do that. Thank you. Have a great day.
Wait. But there's no curator. There's no curator.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer that question. Please ask the curator for more information.
It's a chatbot, Sorrel. It doesn't know. It's dumber than Gyro.
I'm having a little too much fun with this. I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay. I will soothe Gyro and inform him that he is quite smart enough, and if he's not, I will make it better.
Okay. So, in order to actually get any useful information out of these darn machines, we need to clear all the alcoves. Is that
Yes.
what I'm to understand? Okay.
You need to clear the alcoves, stand in the alcoves, and ask the question.
All right.
Let's do that, I guess.
How would you like to do that?
We have to clear more of these things. Well, the next one we have to clear is Alcove 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a load-bearing pillar currently in its position, right?
Right.
And it's taking some of the strain from the thing diagonally from it, this one right in front of us.
Yep.
And this is the one that we can remove safely without it collapsing, right?
Normally, you could, but this one's unstable. So if you take it out and it shifts, you might do some collateral damage, but it is not load bearing itself.
Right, this is the one that we stem bolted to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other two blocks, not the one I'm directly in front of, but like these ones over here. If we remove those, does that remove the risk of collapsing the middle one?
You would have to reinforce the middle one and somehow.
Better than the slap job of the stem bolts.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do tasks to reinforce our pillars that way they do not collapse.
Okay, let's
You can
reinforce
also
that one before we do anything
You
else.
can also scan in pillars that you can get up close to, and you can get a better idea of how stable they are. There are actions to be taken.
All right. Also, it is almost 10:45. Author.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's remove one block, and then we'll two-part this, especially since like half the crew is gone.
Yeah, due to various issues. Yes. I was gonna have to leave soon anyways because road. All right.
Yep.
Yes. Let's support this middle block here. Let's reinforce that, and then we'll go from there.
All right. By what manner are you removing a block or reinforcing the block?
Is it a big single block or is it a bunch of loose debris?
It's both. There's a big single block, and there's a bunch of loose debris around it.
Okay, let's. Which is riskier, the big block or the debris?
Probably the big block.
Okay, let's secure that. With. You know what? Screw it. Tie downs.
Tie downs are a thing.
We'll tie down. We'll tie down the block in place, remove the loose debris, and then we can either beam the block out or grab lift it.
Sounds like a plan. I like plans. This is going to be up to that and that due to instability around it. So control engineering difficulty 3, complication 3 to tie the block down.
Oh boy. We didn't bring any engineers, did we?
You do have a starship in orbit. Would you like an engineering team?
Can we beam an engineering team down here, please? Before we accidentally kill ourselves doing excavation work.
That sounds like a job for the commander of the away team to ask.
I guess that's me. You did mention commander, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. All right, you tap the comm badge.
Yes.
Ask. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Do the thing.
Comm goes through. Engineering team. Wrench. There we go.
I'll just point them in the right direction.
Yep.
Go do an engineering.
Do your thing, engineers.
Sure. How would you like to help with this?
I mean, I'll give them all the information that we've gleaned from this investigation, with regards to what we think is what needs to be addressed in order to give, I guess, make the alcoves speak, do their thing.
I'll let you do a presence science difficulty E1. Science or command, as you debrief them and give them an advantage.
That's the same for me. I will spend a threat. 2 momentum to get to 4. I'm going to make this command and leadership as my focus.
Absolutely.
Onwards and downwards. I'll re-roll the 0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it bit me. I went
Oh no!
one too many times. So yeah, that extra momentum to quash the comp.
Wait, what do you mean the walls are singing? Do we have to have a rap battle in here?
No. Let me
Because as
outline
Ensign
it to
Marshall,
you
we could bring Ensign Marshall in here.
No karaoke. No karaoke. Let me outline this in detail, and I outline it in detail.
One of them just starts smiling. It's been a long ride. Nope. Stop it. Stop it.
No, stop.
Get him!
And the walls reply, "Getting from there to here."
Okay, how does the computer know the remainder of the song?
Threat. That's why.
Also, $1 in the jar.
Yep.
I just pointed the sign.
All right, but
no Enterprise intro. Denied.
All right, but you do have an away team down, and they have been briefed, so they get the trait briefed. They know what's going on.
Cool.
Don't worry, Vanix. I'll circle back to you after this, because we need that cliffhanger. All right. Control engineering difficulty 3, complication 3. You do have an engineering team that has been briefed. So there's 2 advantages there.
Awesome.
Who would like to lead? Who's tying this brick down?
Couldn't Sorrel lead with command?
He certainly could. Control command. Same diff.
I'm happy.
Okay, let's do it. Control command, diff 3, comp 3. You do have 2 advantages. How would you like to apply those?
I don't know, in all the ways.
So one on diff, 1 on comp. Diff 2, comp 2.
No. Reduce comp to standard.
All right, comp standard, diff 3. Any other advantages and traits that you can bring to bear?
Well, don't we have gyro?
Give me the name.
scan?
You could have gyro help.
Yeah, let's get gyro in this.
Okay.
But anything that, Venix knows about our technology history come into play?
You could certainly help. Reason plus science or engineering. I'll let you assist.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Control command. I will spend 3 threat to get to 4. Leadership is my focus. Outwards and downwards. Yeah.
Then reason, science, or engineering, Inc. Phoenix.
Bah.
All right, and the 1 float from gyro.
Yep.
You're able to stabilize this, so it is not ever set at collapse. You can spend 2 momentum to just stabilize it and make it so that way it can't take any damage from other things moving around, or you could roll 7 challenge dice and work to stabilize this with the idea of removing it.
Well, what do you guys think? Stabilize?
Yeah, I think that sounds best.
All right, here we go. That's pretty good.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does stabilize this a little.
Okay.
For another or 2 momentum, and this won't cause any shifts around to the other piles of rubble.
I'll spend it.
That's worth it.
You're able to do this super carefully and make sure that we don't shift anything too badly.
All right.
All right. You might be able to clear this in one more round. What do you guys think? One
Yeah,
more
I think
round
so.
and actually remove this block.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right. 2. Div 2 control command from Sorrel.
Okay. So that. Then. 2 momentum, 1 threat. I'm gonna leave that as it is. That's pretty good. Gun shy after that comp.
And then Venix and Marath.
Reason science again?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have the exceptional reason bonus for that too, so I guess that's something.
Mm-hmm. All right, 7 challenge dice. Sorrel?
I'm sorry. What was it? Channel? Was it 7?
7 challenge. 7 challenge.
Okay.
2 plus your command.
Gotcha. All right, gotcha.
What would you like to
Is that
reroll?
enough, or do I need? I would. The 3.
3 zeros. I mean, you could roll the effects too if you want, but that might be counterproductive.
Yeah, I'll just roll the 3. That was better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough for 1 more. You're 2 shy. 2 momentum, and I'll clear this.
We'll spend it.
All right, you are able to clear that center block. Map layer. And so these are load bearing aim pillars that have extra complication range on them. And now 2, 3, 4. As you're moving stuff around and getting things back into place, you hear a grinding, crunching noise from outside as something falls. and it falls and falls on top of the duranium ramp you have set up, and it collapses on top of this doorway. You are trapped.
Okay. Wait, so we succeed on the roll? We're trapped? What happened?
I spent threat. You're trapped.
It's been a little threat.
You're trapped in the room.
Well, good thing we brought transport enhancers.
I mean, we can transport out, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, for the love of...
Wait, where's the atmospheric problem? I mean, what?
Magnesite.
Oh, cool.
In the building?
On whatever
In the
debris just fell
bones?
on you.
Oh, right. Sorrel Motors himself. The random events of this universe seem to be very plot relevant.
Sorrel's getting self-aware. We got to put him down.
And one.
Are comms still working?
Comms are kind of staticky.
Okay, well, we can call for help then.
But the Stavanger is going to be preoccupied with the sex threat spend.
What? Huh?
All right, so I'm going to God mod a little bit, and I'm gonna be playing in Captain Smith on the bridge. Let's see, you're gone.
Hey, excuse me, 3's there. 3 didn't go down the away team.
Oh, 3 is there.
Yeah, he was on the Stavanger the whole time. He's the reason we got there so quickly to foil your plan.
Yes, and it kind of made this more difficult because as the Nicole didn't have time to actually start unburying something. But
I'm gonna
Smith,
laugh if we're digging up the complete wrong temple.
No, you seem to be at the right one.
Oh, good. Anyways,
you're kind of in orbit. Smith is pacing furiously. He kind of wanted to go down, but kind of felt a duty he to stay with the ship. And eventually he just goes.
He says no.
He says no.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but I presume he says no.
He's like Mr. 3, you have the con, and he goes to his ready room. All right, spend more threat.
I don't like that at all.
We're gonna get a call.
Why is this getting so complicated? Damn it!
As he walks into the room, the lights don't come on. He orders lights, and in his chair is a woman. A blonde woman that we've never seen before. She's wearing sharp black adventuring in gear, and she's pointing what looks to be a German Luger at the captain with a blue glowing tip.
Huh?
Commodore Smith, you have something that I wish to have. You will give it to me. And we end tonight's episode.
Wait, what? Hang on. What was the accent?
Was it supposed
It was
to be
German.
Russian?
It was supposed to be German.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't want to assume because it was a Ruger.
You have something I want.
The Fuhrer would be so happy.
Okay.
Funny you say that, because that uniform does look very very familiar to mid 20th century German.
Oh boy.
What?
Here we go. Insane things are happening as usual.
Insane things are happening. And with that, credits will roll. Be sure to catch us next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. here at Twitch to catch our next adventure on the frontier. Thank you to our awesome players tonight. Music provided by Kevin Macload. You can check out his royalty-free music at incompetech.com. As always, we're forever grateful to Modifius for giving us the tall ship, and to the great bird of the galaxy, Gene Roddenberry, for giving the stars to guide us. Until we meet again, go out and find your next adventure.